holiday drawings that are super easy that anybody can do. So let's get right into it. These little guys are just adorable. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off with just a basic oval. So you can follow along. You start off with your oval, and then actually I should have started off with a bigger oval. It would have made your life much easier, but I didn't. So too late now. Once you've done this, you're going to do this little shape, and then you're going to go ahead and create this little scarf around this little guy. So that's basically as easy as that. Now we want to do the little fold over the scarf. So you're going to have this shape going down like that. That's like the little fold. And then you always have like another little piece in the back like that. Okay, so far so good. Now let's start doing his little features. We're going to give him some little cheeks because the little cheeks always make it give that chibi look. And then from here, from the nose, you're going to go like that, a little whoop like that. Okay. Not bad. You guys are almost done. 2 little dots like this. We're doing the eyes. And then the ears will start from this curve. So you're going to do a little shape like that. And a little shape like that. The little inside of the ear. If I'm going too fast, you can let me know, and I'm going to slow down. Now we're going to do the antlers. So the antlers, you just have a little semicircle like that, and then you're going to go up, and you're going to do various shapes. It really doesn't matter what you choose to do as far as antlers go, because they all look cute. But whatever you did on this side, you're going to try to replicate on the other side. So I had a little shape there going up like that. Another one like that. Close enough. Not perfect, but close enough. And then that's pretty much it for the reindeer. After that, you guys can color him in. Obviously, you're going to want to erase this like that before you go ahead and color this little guy in. I'm not going to color them in today, but on the scarf, I always like to do, like, let's say little lines. I try to make each character different, and then I usually turn these into stickers. I really like turning them into stickers. So if you haven't seen those videos, I have a couple videos where I show you how to make homemade stickers. So that's the little reindeer. Now, how about we do the panda? So this time we're going to make it easier. We're going to start with our oval right off the top, okay? So we're doing this oval like that. Doesn't have to be perfect, guys, okay? Mine are never perfect either. And the panda, he's got his eyes that are also ovals, but going inwards like that. He actually kind of looks like Wally right now. Like that. And for his eyes, he always has 2 little dots like that right there. Sorry, I got put my examples away. Now we're going to do the nose. So the nose is, again, a little oval. And that does his little mouth part if you want. The ears are simple. You're going to do 2 circles. So try to make them as equal as possible. And if the first time you look at it and you're like, I feel like those are a little bit small, it's okay. You can just go back over. We're going to erase the balance afterwards, right? I'm like, okay, I feel like that looks a little bit more proportionate for the size of his head. And then again, we're going to do the little scarf like we did for the last guy. So I like to kind of make the lines move around a little bit so that it looks more natural, because the scarf isn't necessarily always straight. And then let's make him a little bit different than the other guy and put the fold on the other side. Like that. And then the other little line like that. This guy is so much cuter once he's colored in. So I'm not going to color these in just because I don't want you guys to be bored watching me color. I know that all of you can color, so I won't color them in, but I will finish the video, color them in, and then maybe post a thumbnail with the final coloring. If you're curious, you can just come back and see my videos later. So this is the little panda. Let me see, what else do I have? How about we do the little fox? So again, always the same principle for these guys. You're gonna start off with an oval like that. And the fox, we want to do his nose to start because that really helps us know where we're gonna like line up everything else. So far, that's what you got. And now, from the center, you're gonna make a shape like this, and the same thing on the other side. So far, so good. We're gonna do his little eyes. So 2 little ovals like that. I always like to put like little dots in the eyes. So one on the upper corner and then like one on the lower corner. And when you color these in, you're gonna see like why the dots matter. Let's give him like his little fur on the top. So a little shape like that. And now we're gonna do the ears. The ears are inside this. So it's gonna start off here, like a little triangle. Same thing on the other side. Like that. Let's give him like some little freckles, just to make him look extra cute. Little whiskers. And then we can do his little scarf like everyone else. You really have to do the stickers with these guys because they just look so cute once they're turned into stickers. And let's give him his little scarf fold like that. Little fold in the back. And that's our little fox. I don't like to put a mouth on him. I don't know why. I just feel like he's cuter like that. Okay. Now let's draw a gnome. Everybody loves gnomes. The gnome is really easy as well. So again, we're gonna start off with an oval. This is going to be his giant gnome nose. So the oval like that. And now what I like to do is start off with his hat because that really is going to just shape the rest of him. So his hat is like oversized and it's going over his eyes and pretty much over his nose a little bit. So you're gonna just go like this little shape right here. And then we're gonna make, I don't know, the fold over of his hat. I'm not really sure what you would call that. So you have this shape right here. And I'm just gonna erase this right away, the top of the nose, because his hat is going over his nose. All right. You can make the folds of the hat right away if you want, like the little, I don't know if it's folds or the little stitching, like that. And now the hat, you can do whatever shape you like. I kind of like to make them really giant. So I make them go really high up, like this shape. And then let's do like a little like bend over. So something like this. It makes it look like nice and whimsical. Like that. So you see how this guy is already taking shape, like, and we haven't really done anything special to him. Whoops. I got tape stuck on my arm. All right, now we're gonna do his beard. So the beard, if it helps you, you can do like this sort of shape just to let you know like where it's gonna go, and then create like the little fluff from it. Or you could leave your beard like that, but I kind of like to make my beard have little dents. And then the bottom, I like to have him have like a little curl like that. Just feels like it looks less boring than if I just left it with that little straight line. And now we are going to create his body. So his body, like imagine that you're drawing a bell upside down. So it would be like this, like that, and like this. So he's got his little, I don't know, they're kind of like, they kind of wear dresses or whatever it is that the little gnomes wear. And then we're gonna do his arms right off the side of that. So really simple, you do this shape like that on either side. And then we're gonna do his mittens. Mittens, super easy. You just do a little thing like that, and then another little round on the other side like that. You could make his mittens like super oversized too. It really goes with your preference. And I like to give him little shoes. So the shoes are semicircles. You're gonna do one of these on each side like that. Whoops, I feel like I started that one a little too far away. And then I do like the sole of the shoe. So I do another little line underneath like that. And then these little dots like that. Not dots, but lines. And there you have it. You've got a gnome. You could do like a little bit of things like that so that he looks like he has his little beard. And then on his hat, I like to make snowflakes or lines. Really simple way to make a snowflake is that you do a little circle like that with like an X going through, and then another line right in the middle, and then you have upside down sort of arrows, 2 on each stick like that. And that's like a really easy way to make a snowflake. So then you would do the rest of the hat. I don't want to do the whole hat because I don't want to bore you guys. What else could I teach you how to do? We could do some cute Christmas berries. So the Christmas berries, I think it's called holly, right? You're gonna do a circle like this, and then another one underneath that has to be just a little bit smaller than this one because it's kind of like the perspective of it, like he's behind, so he looks a little smaller. And we could give him some little like chibi cheeks like that on each side. This one is kind of like not showing as much because he's hidden. Tiny little smile on each. Some little eyes. You can put those, like the eyes usually start right about at the middle of the cheek. And then so that I know where the leaves go, I usually just do 3 lines. So one going out like that, one going out like this, and then one right in the middle. And to do these little holly leaves, you just do these little whoops like that, getting smaller to the tip. Another one like that. And that's pretty much it. These holly leaves are really easy to do. Like that on each side. I really feel like we should be like coloring these in the end because they just look so much cuter when they're colored. And how about we finish off with a little Christmas sock, like a little Christmas stocking. So this Christmas stocking, you're gonna do a shape like this, and you want to kind of like make it a little wobbly because it would be sort of like furry, I guess, or like that, like cotton balls. Think of cotton balls. So that's why it would be a little bit bumpy. And then we're gonna make a line going down the back like that, going towards the right, and then up again, and then finishing here. We always have the little string where the sock can hang from, so you're gonna start from the back like that. You're gonna go over in a loop, and then another one like that. So now he can hang. Let's give him some holly, like some berries as well, so that he has like a little decoration. Make him a little cuter. This time let's do 3. We'll do the same principle with the leaves, like that. Really easy. All right, there we go. And now we're gonna give him some patches. One over here, semicircle, another semicircle over here. And now let's give him his little chibi face. So let's give him a cheek here, a little cheek here, a little cheek here, tiny little chibi smile. And let's do our eyes right over here. There you have it. So that is your Christmas stocking. If you guys have suggestions, what you would really like to see next, anything really, you can just write it in the comments. I will be reading all of the comments, and I will create a drawing tutorial for whichever drawing you want to see next. So please write it in the comments. And if you like this video, please take a second to like, and I will see you guys soon for another session. Wow, that was loud, and I don't know how to turn this off.